Hey, this is Eric Stonestreet with Modern Family. Welcome to the behind-the-scenes tour of Mitch and Cam's home, given to you by the one and only Richard Berg. We are here in Mitch and Cam's residence in their condo. It's taken from a residence in Hancock Park.
Yay. Weirdest thing, it was wrapped in an old towel stuffed in
Pretty much we replicated what was in the pilot home in terms of the colors, in terms of some of the details in the architecture. One of the details, like right here, for instance, this rounded arch, is something that was very typical of the house that we shot in for the pilot. So you'll see in their interviews that you'll see the arch and then an arch behind it and even another arch behind that. That's what we tried to replicate here on this set, because it was very important that when we saw this view that we kind of felt like we were in that same house that we shot the pilot. Here's the bedroom, which is actually one of the newest parts of all the sets. We just built this midway through season 2. It used to be just a backing flat here, so in some episodes you notice when you're looking down the hall you just see a blank wall.
My dad still isn't completely comfortable with this.
We can transition into Lily's room. This is pretty much the exact room we shot in pilot, but we rebuilt it on stage.
What the hell is that?
I had Andre do it while we were gone.
And here's that famous mural that Mitch and Cam did for Lily when they brought her in. They wanted to have some representation of themselves in Lily's nursery. And so they had a mural painted of themselves in some very sort of unearthly kind of position, floating in the clouds, basically being the guardian of Lily below them. One of the mandates that we tried to do for this set and all the sets really was to just create reality. In Los Angeles, this is a very typical style of architecture that a lot of people, hopefully when they watch this show, they feel comfortable, they feel familiar because it's almost like a room that they've been in before. So that basically wraps up Mitch and Cam's residence. Why don't we take a walk over to the Dunphy house and see what that looks like?
Welcome to the behind-the-scenes tour of our Modern Family home located on the sunny side of the street in an up-and-coming neighborhood. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths. There's a bonus room, which could be...
The house isn't actually for sale.
Everything's for sale. Enjoy the tour and think about it.
All right, here we are in the Dunphy kitchen. This kitchen is very much the same layout as the pilot house that we shot in the Pacific Palisades. Density in this kitchen, to me, is really important because that is what makes a middle-class kitchen. There's 5 people using this, so it would not be this pristine kitchen. It would be something that looks well-traveled, let's say. Many of our scenes happen around the dining room table. And this room was designed to facilitate someone sitting at the dining room table, maybe doing homework, and Claire would be chopping something on a board at the island over there. Oftentimes we'll get this shot, or we'll go to the where Claire's point of view is, and we'll look back towards Alex. We've made this very, very generous in terms of the space so we can get camera around here. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the formal interview space of the Dunphy house. This whole room was set up basically to get Claire and Phil in this sofa, with the stairs behind. It's the exact same proportions, the way we designed this room, as we shot in the pilot house. One of the interesting things that you don't really get to see on the shows is there's some great photos on that wall that show the actors when they were much younger.
Welcome to our house. Mi casa es su casa.
Here we are in Jay and Gloria's. I'm in Gloria's kitchen right now. When we designed this kitchen, once again, we made this a very, very large room because it's a big modern house, but also because we wanted it to read like a big modern house. On this show, we don't wild walls very much. Now, wilding a wall means a wall that is removable for the purposes of getting a camera where that wall was. It allows us to sort of get a more privileged view of the space. The idea is to make the rooms large enough that we can actually find a place for the camera to park itself without being sort of interrupting the shot, basically. So that's why we get these big square rooms that we shoot our sets in. If we transition into Jay's man cave, as we referred to it as when we were designing the set, It's vastly different in design to the rest of the house in that it's very, very warm in tones. It's got very plush leather. It's not modern, it's very traditional. It's really designed for like the ultimate space for a man to hang out with his buddies.
Thanks, kid. I appreciate that. Thought you liked me when I first showed up.
Please, for the first month, I didn't even bother to learn your name.
Here is the formal interview space for Jay and Gloria. So if you notice, many of the shots for the formal, or all the shots, actually happen right here.
Hi, sorry. I couldn't find my earring. So what were we talking about, huh?
This house went through a huge transition going from pilot to series. If you look back to the pilot and you look at their interview space, you'll see it's actually a different house.
It seemed like all we did was fight and make love, fight and make love, fight and make love. One time, I'm not kidding you, we fell out the window together.
Which one were you doing? I'm hearing this for the first time.